It's podcast time. What's up, everybody? It's BC Villanova, born on a morning on October. Hope everybody's doing good out there today. My guest today in the studio is one of the best DJs I've ever seen in my life. Multi-talented. He's a walking musical encyclopedia. He's the hilarious. He's the charming. He's my bandmate in the band Villanova. It's DJ Abel Wanya. All right. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all having me here.
And one of the most glorious singers secretly at Guitar Center. What year was that, like 2018 or something, dude?
2018, 2019 at least, probably. Yeah, somewhere in that area.
And I think this is fair to say you're one of the DJs that don't have a mic up there. You're not a microphone guy.
No.
You leave that for the MCs that you work with, the singers you work with.
Yep.
And you're never like up on the mic. But one time we walked in some Guitar Center, and me and you and Scotty and Jeremy Robertson, and there was some vocal effect, and you were like, peace, but it had some kind of like triple harmony effect. It was like, peace. Like you sang it in the Guitar Center. Me and Scotty were like, good God, Abel, what are you doing, bro? You know,
people just stopped in their tracks and kind of like you said, people shedding tears. It was special moment. Nobody
you
knew
saw the guy with like the ponytail playing Stairway to Heaven. He stopped and looked over there like.
Beautiful moment. Yeah.
Do you have like a secret beautiful voice that we don't know about?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Maybe we'll talk. Maybe we'll get to that one on the next one.
Yeah.
Next one. Yeah. Maybe I'll come in here and do a little singing for you.
It up?
Yeah.
You're from Easley, South Carolina.
Easley, South Carolina.
Shout out to Ma Dukes.
Ma Dukes.
We love you. You're awesome, mama, sweet mama. And you're. Is it fair to say your accent is more country than most DJs we know?
More than most DJs.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, I know a couple of country DJs, but I think I'm up there for sure.
So let's go ahead and get into that, man. How did you get started DJing?
Oh man, it started early. Like I was always a fan of music, and Ma Dukes. Speaking of Ma Dukes, she was always supportive. So she'd always, take me out once a week or something, get a tape, get the latest cassette, single, whatever. Like I was always on it, and I was always like sharing it with people, and I was like, you got to hear this, because I had all the music. And then whenever we were riding around, I always had to have control of the CD player, and I was always introducing people, and it's like, it was just a natural progression. So
that never changed. Even the van with us, you're the
always.
DJ all 24/7.
I take over, like it's like I make sure I am the DJ. But
it is like with us, you'll play some Tool, and for me, you'll play some Rarity with like a Yellow Wolf, Eminem, like something that really bends you. I feel like you try to introduce people to music, and it's not just the selfish thing where you're like, I want you to listen to what I want to. I really do feel like you care, and it's almost like an educational experience with you, because you turned me on to a lot of great, even like metal and a lot of hip hop. Like I would have never known who Brother Ali was if it wasn't for you, obviously, or probably even Yellow Wolf is like my favorite. But I do feel like even in the van, you're like, check this shit out, man. Like you guys will probably like, you kind of like think about who's in the van or with you, and then you like calculate it, and you're like, okay,
I do.
These next 5 songs.
Absolutely.
Is that fair?
Absolutely, yeah. Even in 6th grade, we took my little boombox radio, and I DJ'd our little dance in 6th grade.
Nice.
From tape from side to side or whatever. So that was my beginnings of DJing, and then I guess at about 18, I got my first set of turntables, and it was it from there.
Yeah.
Like that was it for me. It was always in my blood, man. I always had to do it. And then when I was able to do it and share it with people and make it creative to where I could blend the songs together and then scratching and all that, it was that was it for me.
For people that don't know, blending songs together, let's talk about what a BPM is. Right?
Right. That's you
get the beats per minute.
And
you don't realize that songs have different tempos, and it's your job to like seamlessly weave them together so people don't stop dancing.
Right.
And you just kind of go from one to the other, and you got to think about styles. You got to think about like just overall tone. There's a lot that goes into it for like a good set.
Sure. Yeah. But, in today's world, all that stuff's sort of generated for you.
Okay.
But for us old school DJs, we used to have to count the BPMs, and we would have to write them on the records.
Yeah.
And you would have to keep track of all of that, and nowadays you can get the keys to the records and, the BPMs, whatever. There's so many different things that they put into those MP3s, and whatnot. But yeah, back in the day, we didn't have all that technology, so we had to do it all on our own. But I'm
Yeah.
glad I got to learn that way. You know,
Yeah.
it made me feel like I got better, and I was more appreciative of the whole,
Yeah.
the whole deal.
Dude, you have an amazing ear for somebody that
Thank
like
you, thank you,
never
thank you.
really was brought up in a musical traditional way. Like I don't think you ever had piano lessons. You were never going
Nah,
to the old lady's house doing piano or whatever.
nah.
And since then you've learned a lot and you're a great musician. But I remember
Thank you.
back in the day you'd be like, I think this is the same key as this one song. I'm like, huh? And I would listen. I'm like, dude, how the hell did you do that? Like. You don't play guitar or anything, but it's just like that trained ear, man. Like
Right.
I wonder if that because a lot of DJs do, and you play keyboard and you produce and you do a lot of stuff now. But I wonder if like a lot of DJs are they also musicians? Do they also play piano and guitar, or is it like if you're a DJ, you just have turntables usually?
I think a lot of them are. Actually, like there's DJ Scientist, who is an amazing DJ. He DJs for Yin Yang Twins. He's from Greenwood, upstate, and
Okay,
he's just
not too far from us.
nah.
Okay,
He's a badass. But he posted a thing of him playing drums when he was
yeah,
in high school, and I had no clue he was a drummer, but he was just killing it.
yeah,
And I think for a lot of musicians, it can be a natural progression, but
yeah,
or vice versa. Like for me, I
hmm
started as a DJ and then got into the music side of
yeah,
things,
man.
playing keys and things like that.
Yeah, your
So,
piano playing's great now, man.
well,
I mean,
thank
it's
you,
always
man.
been
I
good.
appreciate it. And
You always have a good ear. It amazes me when I'm like, you're not even trained in this way. Like, well, how did you know that? You're just like, yeah, it just sounded right to me. Like maybe once again, maybe you got the secret voice, maybe you got the secret perfect pitch in there some way. I
yeah,
don't have perfect pitch, and if you don't know what perfect pitch is like somebody on the piano can be like, and then you're like, that's a C sharp, you know? Like if you ever see the Rick Beato videos, his child has perfect pitch.
that's insane to
Dylan,
me. Like it's crazy.
Rick will be like, okay, Dylan, what's this? And he's like, that's a C sharp flat 9 dominant 7. He's like, okay, Dylan, what's this? And it's just absolutely insane.
Yeah,
Like I
it's
don't know
crazy.
how in the hell.
It's crazy.
Some people just and I know people like that too. There's this beautiful, amazing piano teacher. Shout out to Verena. She's from Brazil, and she taught at the music school that I teach at. And she could do it, man. And I'm like, I would test her, be like, Brandon, what's this? Ding. She's like, oh, that's a D. I'm like, okay, what's this? Ding. She's like, oh, that's a G. And
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah,
that's amazing, man.
it's good. Yeah, I can't do it.
I'm blown away by that kind of stuff. It's crazy.
So I remember DJ Cutter. Is that one of your
Yeah.
like guys that got you
Cutter.
into it? He was
Shout out
cool
to
as
Cutter.
shit.
Yep, Cutter, man. He's out in Colorado now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been doing some big things. He actually
He's
was
probably smoking some reefer if we
pro-
had to guess.
more than likely. And he's
If I was a betting man.
yeah, man. He was he really helped me with the scratches and stuff early, man, because he was just so precise and so clean with it, and it was always like
Yeah.
it was just like natural,
Yeah.
like and I would watch him and I didn't have it down at first, and he'd just be, but I learned a lot because he was like, he's like, it's not all with this. He's like, most of the time I'm not even hardly using the fader. He's like, it's with the record. And when I started thinking about that, I'm like, oh yeah, it is the motion of the record. This only makes, little bits and pieces here and there, but the key to it is the scratch itself.
Right, right. So for people that don't know, the turntable consists of like this crossfade, right? And you're going from like A deck to B deck, and so or it's like a kill switch to where it's like your volume is 0 on this side, so you can kind of control only what you want the audience to hear. They don't hear the whole thing. You just bring back in the volume
Right.
to whatever your left hand is, or you're right-handed, or well, you're right-handed, so but you scratch this way,
I
right?
scratched my left hand, yeah.
So really, it's like the crossfade is almost like you're strumming a guitar.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's nuts, man.
Yeah, I
That's
never
crazy.
thought about it like that, but yeah, it is.
But because I've tried it at your house, and it's so different than just being like you strum a chord and there it is, or like you hit a drum and there it is. There's a microsecond delay, and it messes with your brain, and you're like, oh shit. Like DJing and cuts is a whole different world.
It is.
It's a totally different thing to learn than just like I press this and it makes a sound. No, it's like you release it and it makes a sound like a half second later, and you gotta kind of account for that in your brain.
Sure,
You
yeah.
know?
It's like learning the guitar, though. I mean, there's steps and processes to it. In practice, you just have to sit in there with it, practice
Yeah,
it.
for long periods of time.
Yeah,
Pass out and it still be going on.
be going
Good
all night.
God. A couple times, because some of my fondest memories of all time when the early days of the Villanova band, which me and Abel have been in for a while now, but we go to your house in Greenville, South Carolina,
Yep.
and we'd work on music like all night, man. It was like so freaking fun, and just drink like Canadian Hunter and like do God knows what, man. Like me and Bobby and you are like watching some crazy ass horror movies. That's another thing. So you're like a DJ and you're a music connoisseur and you're a I would say generally like a horror movie connoisseur.
Yeah.
But probably just all movies because you love all movies. But I mean, that's another thing. You've got me into some horror movies that I probably never would have seen. I
Sure.
definitely didn't want to see it, but and after I saw it, I'm like, God, dude, you're right. Like that is a genius film, but damn it, dude, like why did I watch that? You
Bring her
know?
back. Bring.
I did see that. That was good. That was a good. Yeah, that was good.
That
Look,
one's
I always
crazy.
count on you to just like see the movie first, and you can count because I know you're going to anyway.
Right, right.
And so I'll let you just tell me like, is this too much, dude? Just tell me, man,
Yeah.
because horror movies like stay with me for a long time. I'm one of those like sensitive dudes that like I will think about it for like months.
Yeah.
You know,
If you can do that one, man, I think you can do anything. Like,
Bring
honestly,
It Back?
Yeah, bring her back.
Bring
The
Her
one-
Back?
Yeah, the one you watched it.
yeah,
right. Yeah.
To
I
me,
mean,
that
if
wasn't
you-
as disturbing as something else. You know, other things
Really?
I've seen. It was, but I mean, yeah.
I
mean,
thought that was pretty rough, but I thought if you can do that one, you can do any of them.
the God, dude, the absolute worst.
That's a
And
wor-
you
that's
know
a-
what I'm gonna say.
that's a
You
rough
know
one.
what I'm gonna say, dude. When we were in L.A. making a record with Universal Republic, and you're just like, "Hey, man, have you ever seen Human Centipede?"
Oh man,
I'm like, "What's
my
that?"
bad.
Yeah, Human
My
Centipede.
bad.
Like, I can't even like begin to say the plot because it's the most depraved, effed up stuff of all time.
It was
you know?
bad. Yeah.
So a bunch of dudes like sewn together. You know what I mean? And but I've somehow you finagled it, like you got it, because you always. That's another thing about your technology, man. I never understand your technology. Like we'll be in a hotel room somewhere. Next thing I know, you got a laptop and you've got access to like 1,000 movies, and
Yeah.
I'm confused. I'm like, what do you got, a DVD player? Like, no, nobody uses DVD players anymore. I'm like, how did you do that?
Is that VHS?
Yeah, was that Betamax? But so we watched. I think we watched like Human Centipede, and I watched the whole thing. My mouth's just like a gape, like.
I'm sorry, man.
I feel like you gave me some kind of drug and now my brain's different and I can't perceive the world like it was before after seeing that, dude.
Don't watch it. Don't
Don't-
watch it.
For the
For
viewers,
those,
the
yeah,
listeners, would you recommend Human Centipede?
I would not.
Okay.
Don't do it.
All right,
Don't do it.
Don't do it. And there's a second one too, because they all end up like sewn together, but the second one is like a whole chain of them, right?
Yeah, the second one.
Sweet
The second was
God,
rough.
Zach.
I think the second one was worse.
Yeah.
They had to actually make it in black and white because it was so bloody. Like, I don't know if they're just gonna ban the movie or what. But they told me like it's got to be in black and white. And I'm like, okay,
Damn.
yeah.
That was a rough one.
That
What
was
was
a
when
tough
we
one.
were watching at your house in Greenville where like Bobby had to take a break to go pray?
Oh, that was Moonface.
That was Moonface, dude.
Moonface.
I was right there with Bobby because Bobby actually stayed with you and watched the whole thing. I was like, yo, I can't watch this shit. Like, I'm going upstairs fucking around with some keyboards or something, man. Like, I don't even know where to watch it because I watched it for a little while and then I'm just like, dude, it's just hard. It's depraved and it's like people getting hacked up and I'm like, man. But I mean, I'm wearing a freaking Jason Voorhees shirt right now. I mean, so
Yeah.
like, there is something about it that it's like, I don't know, man. Is it the train wreck thing? What is it about horror movies that people want to watch?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean,
What is it for you, do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I've
Did it
watched.
never scare you? Scare the shit out of you as a kid?
Mm-mm.
You never watched like Nightmare on Elm Street in 3rd grade and freaked out?
No, I watched Nightmare on Elm Street in like 2nd grade, and like I was like, they never freaked me out. I don't know. It just never was.
So 2nd grade, it was like He-Man, Thundercats, and Freddy,
Freddy,
all
yeah.
together. You know?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
sweet fresh meat.
I mean, Bailey, she's 12 and she's loves horror movies too now. So,
Yeah.
but she was kind of destined to, I guess. But
Your daughter was just kind of brought up in that environment, and for people who don't know, like his house is like a horror museum.
yeah,
It's like going to Rob Zombie's house or something. I'll come over there, we'll work on some music and hang out or whatever. Because you have like a life-size animatronic like Jason Voorhees, right?
yeah,
He's just like,
Freddy.
yeah. And you got like the new Freddy, right? You don't have the Robert Englund one, which I know
Nah.
you want.
Yeah, I got
Who's the new guy?
That's the guy that played Rorschach.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't remember.
He's
his
great,
name.
but
yeah.
I can't think of his name right now either.
He was good as Rorschach for sure.
Yeah,
wasn't the
definitely-
best
he's got
Freddy.
a great voice.
Yeah.
I mean, great voice actor voice, but yeah. And you got the Michael Myers, like I'm talking like it's 6'1", 6'2",
Yeah.
animatronic, and you can set it to when you walk by it, it like moves. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you got all that shit. Cause I remember like staying at your house, like I was just like sleeping on your couch and like wake up, and be like, God dang, dude, like, and he's just like staring like, and I'm like, God, dude, Abel just lives like this all the time, you know.
Right.
And you got like Pennywise and even like a smaller, you got like a Chucky one that's
Chucky.
animatronic, right?
Mhm.
And, but that's the thing, dude, if somebody broke into your house for multiple reasons,
Right.
they would be fucked,
Right.
but they would just look around and be like, "Holy shit, bro." Like, on second thought, like, I'm actually not gonna break into this house because it's just, like, horror memorabilia everywhere, and you're just thinking, like, "If this dude's into this shit, man, like, I gotta get out of here," you know?
I got Chewbacca in the living room now, so
But everybody loves Chewbacca,
that's
that's
that's kind of a welcoming thing. He kind of
yeah.
just don't go in the music room.
Maybe he'll protect you, from all the, Leatherface and freaking you have
Right.
Leatherface too,
I
right?
do have Leatherface, Pinhead.
Yeah.
It was funny because I was having a conversation with Bailey the other day, and she's like, she's like, those things really did used to scare me. I was like,
I'm sure.
I was like, well, I didn't, she didn't ever act like it, or she didn't seem scared, but she's like,
Yeah.
she said she had a nightmare one night or something that they came alive or whatever, and I was like, I guess,
That's what would happen to me
yeah.
as an adult, spend the night at your house, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that was, like, some of the best times, man, like, just staying at your house, and we wrote so many songs, and right before we went to LA, we, like, wrote essentially the whole Weaving the Fate record because, we gotta deal with Universal Republic, and then they made us change our name from Villanova to whatever else, and we came up with Weaving the Fate, and it was like, WTF, like, we're so clever, and,
Weaving.
we were the Weaving for a while,
we
yeah,
were
the Weaving, and everybody's like, "What? Wait, what's your band? The Weaving? Weaving?" It's like it sounds like you got a lisp. The Weaving? Nobody could say that, and I'm like, "Well, like maybe Bruce even suggested it or something like that." But he's like, "Weaving the Fate, man." Then you call it WTF. We're like, "Yeah, nobody will ever get that wrong."
I remember when we did the big announcement of the weaving. It
Yeah.
was so like uneventful. It was like
I know.
we were like,
Our new
here
band
it
name
is,
is
here it is, everybody.
Weaving. Everybody's like, yeah. It's like, okay, we love you guys, but really, it's a bummer when you have to change your name, man.
It is. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
It never works out good because people have their like emotional investment in you as one thing, and they don't want to see. I mean, they already call you that, so that's just a tough thing.
Motley Crue can't not be Motley Crue, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
whoever, you know, like anybody. Tool can't not be. I mean, they can't be a different band.
Those
you
are
know,
the
it's
best
like
band names ever. If you can think of a one-word band name, you're just a freaking marketing genius. I mean, Queen, Corn, Tool, like Hurt. There's another one. Like, I mean, that's just like that's a genius thing, man. Are all the one-word band names take it? Muse. It's freaking
Muse.
sick. I don't know. There's a lot of bands out there.
Yeah.
The one-syllable name.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
But because nobody thought Corn was going to be like, they said that's a terrible name, whatever.
Yeah.
They were like, this is,
Yeah.
they're like, this is stupid, don't do it. But then they,
It is kinda dumb,
made the
but-
K with it or whatever, and
Yeah.
they made it there. I mean, and it's perfect.
Yeah,
Like,
it
works.
is. It's genius, and it's one of my favorite bands. But yeah, the name. If somebody was like, I think the very first time I'm like, Corn, like that's their name, like
right. No, but
now it's like my favorite band.
well, that's what I was watching a documentary on them, and that's what they were talking about when they said was going to be the name. Like people in the camp and stuff, they're like, don't do that. They were
Yeah.
like, no, it's gonna be fine. But it's how it's marketed.
Which
It's
goes
how
to
they
show you don't always listen to everybody in your
Yeah.
circle, especially if you really believe in yourself. I saw an interview with Andre 3000. He was talking about like all his tight homies were dissing Hey Ya when he put that out. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's like, it's like, bro, if you put that shit out, like your career is over, man.
Mhm.
Hey Ya, we all know how that went for him.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't escape that song. I mean, the whole was like Stankonia, then it was like the Love Below right after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was the Idlewild too thing.
Yeah,
came
that was
out,
in
but
that was in
like-
between there somewhere, but that was a
Yeah.
soundtrack. But I mean, it was still pretty much all Outcast, But I don't put that in their album, in their catalog, really.
Yeah, well, some good songs in that too.
No, yeah, definitely.
But I
no,
know what
great,
you're saying.
great
Yeah.
album. It doesn't fall into like ATLNs and Stankonia and Aquemini and all that for me.
So when you have like a mixtape, is it it's not just one artist, but is it one DJ that puts them all out? Is that usually what it is? Like you have DJ Green Lantern and he's got a bunch of MCs on a record or something like that?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
a lot of the. Like that's how you used to get back in the day. That's how you used to get like exclusive songs, the DJ Clue mixtapes and all that. I mean, because they just take a lot of artists would give them their exclusives, so everybody want the DJ Clue mixtape, and they're just putting together a tape of other people's songs. But
Yeah.
I mean, the mixtape can be, there's so many different ways you could do a mixtape, but that's pretty
Yeah.
much predominantly, how it started. I mean, just songs that DJs are mixing on there, and even not mixing. You know, that a lot of those DJs just had exclusives, and that was enough to sell you mixtape or whatever. You know.
I guess it depends on the cultural context of the phrase like mixtape, because a mixtape could also be just something that you give your girlfriend. You're like, here, babe,
Sure.
this makes perfect sense of our love or something. It's got like freaking
the Valentine mix.
Yeah, it's like the Valentine. It's like the Karate Kid 2 soundtrack. I will fight for your honor.
Little Peter Cetera.
Is that who that is?
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. You should win. You should get on like a musical trivia show. We need to put you on one. Where is one? Because I remember, what was the touchscreen thing we'd always play at, like in between we were playing shows on the road, and you would always win. But it was like, if me, you, and Bobby got on that touch thing, dude, we could win every.
Oh,
dude,
man.
we could. I mean, if they paid money, we'd probably win $1,000. There was no question we didn't know.
Oh man,
because I mean,
yeah.
his mind was so in depth with like all sorts of stuff, and you, and then if it was like any kind of like rock or metal, like I normally knew it, but like, I mean, most bands are probably like that too.
Now Bobby's got a vast knowledge too, though. I mean, he's got a wide range of music taste, you know. So
and knows like all the players in the band, and especially bass players and producers and stuff. You know.
Yep.
Well, let's do this kind of a hard question for you.
Oh man. Okay.
Because you're the hip hop head, and you know you've introduced me to a bunch of stuff. But who's your 5 favorite MCs of all time?
5 favorite MCs. That is a tough one, but I think top 3 would be Nas, Black Thought, and Andre 3000.
Okay.
And I'm almost going to put Nas and Black Thought at 1. I'm going to break the rules here, and I'm going to do 6. But I'm going to put Nas and Black Thought at 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put Andre at 2. Then 3, I'm going to put Rakim.
Okay.
Ice Cube.
Okay.
And Tretch from Naughty by Nature.
Okay.
And it's like, when I think about it, man, I think about who I really have listened to the most and who has had the most impact on my life, and just, you know, different factors. But those artists in particular at different points in my life were like my favorite artists or whatever. I mean, and they're all just, you know, top tier. But that's probably my top 6. But it's hard, man, because there's so many good MCs out there. I mean, you got Brother Ali, like you said, you know, Pharoah Monch, you got Royce the 5'9", you got Method Man, you got Jizza, you got the whole Wu-Tang. I mean, it's hard to narrow it down to just 5.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a tough one, but that's going to be mine for now.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
We may revisit it, but I think that's probably it right there. I think.
Yeah, I remember the Roots being like your probably all-time favorite group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the Roots about 15 times, I think.
I like just the different kind of perspectives and narratives that are spun with MCs these days. Because it used to be all about just like, you know, I'm hard, I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from Staten Island, like I'm gangster, I got jewels, I sell drugs, like I'm a bad motherfucker, like don't fuck with me, like I'll fucking shoot you, like me and my gang were hard. And then all of a sudden it was like Brother Ali, and he's like, his thing is like, damn a magazine, these are God's fingerprints. And you know what I mean? He really had like this different perspective that, like, I listened to a couple songs and like freaking teared up. I'm like, dude, he's like spitting some shit that could probably save somebody's life out here, dude. I mean, he's not trying to be cool. He's trying to just be real.
Right.
And very spiritual. And it's just inspiring, man. Like, you know, I guess he's Muslim. He's Muslim, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But you know, I almost like forget about that whole thing. It's just spiritual in just like goodwill towards man kind of thing. And I'm like, man, that stuff. So I really like when MCs do that, man. Like, it's just uplifting stuff. Like, to me, in any kind of musical genre, when somebody can play you a song and it might like save somebody's life, it might be a song that inspires you to like not give up and do whatever, man. That is a magical thing when people can do that. And you turn me on to a bunch of stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So who won the battle, MGK or Eminem?
Oh, man, come on now. Come on now. We don't even have to get into that one. We know that one. The other dude had to change the whole genre.
Good God. But he's back to hip-hop now, MGK.
Yeah, he's back into hip-hop now, I guess. But
the thing about MGK, he's so talented, man. He's just a talented dude. And you know, here's the thing. Kind of props to him from going against the GOAT. Like, who can go against the GOAT, dude? Nobody can. Like, seriously, has Eminem ever lost a rap battle? For somebody that's heard, like, probably, you know, 90% of all Eminem songs of all time, if not all of them.
He lost an early rap battle to Juice. and one of the I can't remember the name of them, but they had a series of uh, freestyle battles, and he lost to an MC named Juice.
Okay.
But as far as that, after that, I've never seen him lose one. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, he's actually changed some people's careers or ended people's careers. I think, you know.
Yeah.
So he's a tough one. You don't really want to like. You definitely don't want to get on his
Yeah.
bad side. Him or I mean, you know, 50 will go in on you in different ways, but like there's just certain
Yeah.
people that you know they're gonna come at you in some way, you know. So
50 goes in on you in the non-lyrical way. I mean, he could do that too,
Right.
but he does kind of some crazy shit. He'll spend like $20,000 on like tickets to your concert,
Yeah.
and like nobody will be there or
But,
something.
yeah, he supposedly did that to Ja Rule. Like,
Yeah.
bought all the front row seats, so nobody was, you know, there's nobody in the front or whatever.
You know what's kind of great? Dude, I always loved Ja Rule's voice. God, he's got such a good voice, man. But then it's like he came out with the Grease thing. I'm like, all right. And here's the secret thing. Like, I love Grease. Like, that's kind of a thing you don't want to admit in the hip hop culture, though. It's just like, you're the one that I want. You are the one I want. Ooh, 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 honey. Like, that's not like hip hop, you know? But he had like the ride down, shut on, like, oh, you know? And I'm just like, wait a minute. Because even me, who's just a kind of like a casual observer and appreciator of hip hop, but I'm like not totally as immersed as, you know, maybe you are and other people. But I'm like, that's a little whack, right? And sure enough, like years later, Eminem just comes up and just like obliterates him on that and like the Bobby Brown thing and like, and dog, you just did a song with Bobby Brown. Which, by the way, Bobby Brown was pretty dope too,
Bobby
dude.
Brown was dope.
My prerogative, fuck off.
Bobby
dude.
Brown was dope.
Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack?
You know, as far
Shout
as
out to Rodney Sherman, because that's, well, I guess we're gonna have to take it now. Me and Rodney would just like, when I first started hanging out with him, just drink at Kelly's Pub and sing that all night. And everybody's just like, what is wrong with you? And we're like, it's Ghostbusters 2, bro.
Yeah, I actually played that not too long ago. Like one of the guys that works with me at Tito's, he'll say like Bobby Brown or something. Like at some point, I'll be like, yeah, I got you. You know,
Hell
like,
yeah,
it's
dude.
always that one too. On our own, is it on our? No, is that it?
Yeah. The sad thing about like people of great talent and like that, Bobby, Whitney, I mean, whoever, it always becomes some kind of butt of a sad joke. You know what I mean? It's like a cultural thing.
Right.
I mean, it's like Beavis and Butthead had a Winger shirt on. Or no, sorry. The nerdy kid down the street had a Winger shirt on.
Yep.
Do you know how fucking dope Winger is?
Oh, yeah.
How good the bass player Kip Winger is? I mean, sure, like, was it a little cheesy? Yeah, of course it was, the 80s. But those musicians are fucking badass, man. And Bobby Brown was badass. And Ja Rule was badass. But it's just like, you cross that line of, like, the cultural, you know, point of no return where, like, everybody turns against you. And it's kind of like your talent doesn't even matter anymore, man. It's kind of sad, you know?
Yeah, well, Ja Rule's first album was actually dope. Like, it was actually a hip-hop album. But then he went, you know, then he started doing the more poppy kind of songs with the Shantae and stuff. And he kind of started losing some of his, I think, hip-hop fan base with that. You know? But it kept his popularity. I mean, people still play those songs today. You know?
Is Shantae the one with the masturbation song?
No, that's Tweet. Yeah, Tweet.
Tweet. Well, who did Missy Elliott produce?
Tweet.
That, okay.
Yeah, Oops Up. Or not Oops.
Yeah. How many hip hop songs are there about masturbation? How many songs in general are there about masturbation? Go.
Songs in general, I don't know. That's one of the few that I know. Well, Touch Myself.
There goes my shot up over my head, oh my.
Yeah.
I mean, she's diddling herself,
Yeah,
bro.
no,
I'm here
herself.
for it. I'm like,
She definitely diddling
let's hear
herself.
more. And then, you know, then there's the Violet Femmes, like, when I'm a walking, I strut my stuff. Like, Blistering the Sun
Is that about masturbation?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Huh. What, the Divinals? I Touch Myself.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a great
damn,
one.
like,
yeah.
That's...
When I think about you, I touch myself. Yeah, that's a good one, man.
How did we get on the masturbation song?
I don't know.
Like,
But,
how did we... I don't know. Like,
now, this is a mixtape, dude. The mixtape
The
about
masturbation
MMT,
mix.
masturbation mixtape. Let's go. Yeah, I mean...
maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe we should do that. Eminem, though, that's another thing I love about him is he's kind of like shameless, and that's why people gravitate towards him because he'll just say whatever the hell. And I mean, he'll talk about everything and anything. And actually, I can't think of a time when he's talking about masturbation, but I'm sure he has.
Yeah, I'm sure he's mentioned it somewhere in there, but I don't think he's ever did a song solely about masturbation, you know, like dedicated to it or nothing.
he's definitely like talking about incest. He's like he's like if I would do anybody in showbiz, it'd be Jennifer Lopez and Puffer. You know this. I'm sorry, Puff, but I don't give a shit if this chick was my own mother. I'd still fuck her with no rubber. Come inside, I have a son and a new brother at the same time, and just say that it ain't mine. I mean, dude, like who says that? Like anybody that's that sick and twisted and comedic. I mean, I'm automatically like, okay,
Yeah.
subscribe. You know,
But you know,
freaking
that's how he
genius.
kind of wins his battles too. Is he whatever you say, he uses it against you. Like
Yeah,
it's like it doesn't bother him. He's like he'll
or right, or he kind of calls himself out
yeah,
first.
calls
Yeah.
himself out first on it. So it's like it takes the weapon out of your hand. You know.
That's surprising that M didn't make your list, but I understand given the weight of the people that you said.
I mean, he
And
definitely has my respect, but like I say, basing on those qualifications, that's what I'm going with right there. As all you know, Nas and Black Thought, they're always
yeah.
going to be there, but
And no Jay-Z, I noticed.
no Jay Z.
No Biggie for this guy, huh?
You know, that's the thing too. Is I feel like, and I didn't. This is not a reason they wouldn't have been on my list, but I feel like it's real standard to have Biggie and Pac on the list. You know,
Mhm.
even Jay Z. I mean,
Yeah.
Nas, you could say the same, but I feel like those are standard lists. And sometimes I wonder, are these people even fans of them? And I'm not
Mhm.
saying they are or not.
Right, right.
That's not for me to. You know, I don't care. But
I know what you're saying.
it
It's like you're supposed to say that, you know?
in a sense, yeah. And
Yeah,
it's like
like somebody's like, "Oh, he's the goat." I'm like, "Well, is he really the goat, or is that just like what the narrative is?" You know, I mean, whoever the goat is your own personal take. Like everybody has a different goat.
right.
You know?
And so what was weird when you like about all that too was I used to be a big Pac fan. Like I used to listen to Pac a lot too. Like he was a big part of my life there. But then when him and Biggie got into the beef, I kind of leaned more towards the Biggie side because you kind of had to pick a side at that time. You know, like
Yeah,
it was like in the hip hop world, it was you kind of had to go. I mean, I Pac's still like one of the greatest, you know, in that sense. And
yeah.
but it was like it was weird. Like and it's so funny how music worked and like the beefs. Like we almost like inherited beef just being part of the hip hop world or something, you know.
Yeah. You know what? One theory of mine is like what makes somebody like super powered in charisma, like Tupac was. I mean, dude, if you ever watch interviews with Tupac, he's the most charming motherfucker that ever lived. I
Hmm.
mean, there's never been like a female interviewer, and clearly he's like associated with some literal gangster mofos, like
Right.
but he'll charm like any girl interview to the point where she's like bubbly and giggly. Like in any interview, man, he's just got that voice. Like, "What's up, girl?" Like, and little kids, like he'll talk to him, be like, Why you mean mugging me, man?" Like, Tupac could just like charm a fucking room, man. Like his charm was just like warp factor 10, and I think that's a quality that like most good MCs have is it all goes back to like a sense of humor because like anybody, not anybody, but like a lot of people can rap really well, but how many people can say something that like makes you laugh or you're like, man, that was like Eminem is freaking hilarious, dude.
Hmm.
The Beastie Boys are like essentially like Monty Python meets rap with microphones. I mean, you could say that. But it's like if you talk to somebody in an interview and they're like too cool for school and like they don't have anything interesting to say, you're like, all right, maybe this guy's not my favorite after all. But if somebody's just like humble and like funny and charming, like I'm like, all right, dude, I'll keep following you
Yeah.
forever. I'm a diehard fan. I'll buy every single thing of yours, B-sides, like every thing you ever put out.
Oh
Period.
yeah.
You know?
And it's crazy how something can change your perspective of an artist like that, but it does. You know,
Yeah.
their personal, like how they are on a personal level matters sometimes. That's why they say don't meet your heroes. You know,
Right.
like, I mean,
Well, yeah, but sometimes it's you're pleasantly surprised.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, The Roots, perfect example, dude. They're Jimmy Kimmel's band. I mean, like, and it turns out like Questlove has such a great sense of humor. Like all the skits that he agrees
Oh,
to.
yeah.
I mean, it's the whole thing is, and Jimmy is so great because he utilizes their talent and like the most crazy ways you'd never think about, man. And it's just it's a beautiful thing, man. I love watching that. It's like God, it's so relatable, you know.
Hmm.
And like I love Wu Tang Clan. It's like one of my favorite bands, but like you're never gonna see like a comedic Wu Tang Clan skit. You know what I mean? Maybe you would.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know.
I
Actually, I
think,
think Ben Stiller did one with him one time.
yeah, I think they've done
Maybe
some
they
funny.
did.
Yeah, I mean, because you think meth. I mean, meth's funny. I mean,
He's hilarious.
him and
Yeah.
Redman. You know how
Oh
high.
yeah.
And
Okay,
I mean, like you got.
that's fair. I'll tell you about now. Redman he could probably
And
be like a stand-up comedian. You know.
I think Ghostface is kind of a clown sometimes. You know, I think he's funny dude too. So Maybe, I mean, they got that serious Wu-Tang vibe about them, but I think they're
Yeah.
also funny too.
Jizza just played New Brooklyn. Did you see him the second? Oh, did you go back?
I saw
Okay.
him in Greenville.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I
How
went.
was that?
That was good.
Liquid Swords did the whole thing?
They did the
All
whole
right.
thing. We had a
Nicely done.
band. He did bits and pieces of some songs, but yeah, he pretty much did the whole album, best I remember.
When the MCs came
Yep.
to live out the name. We were talking about just kind of like crazy ass hip hop shows that you've attended, and like, what was like the DMX one you were telling me about? Like, he didn't go on stage for a while.
I think it was 4:30 or 4:45 in the morning when he finally came on. It was this spot up in Greenville, and people were mad. Like a lot of people had left. People were drunk. I mean, I thought it was going to be a riot at that point, but it was still a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
But he showed up at 4:45 in the morning. He didn't get done till like 6:15 or something like that. 6:30.
That's a pretty good show then. I mean, he put in the time.
Yeah, he put on a good show. But I mean, I remember saw a Lost Boys show here. What was the name of that spot? There used to be a spot out there on Faro Road, I believe it was. I can't remember, but they didn't come on to like 3:30. By that time, you just kind of like, man, I don't even ever want to see him anymore.
Right.
It's like it's kind of lost its luster at this point. But
who did me and you see in Atlanta? Raekwon the Chef.
Raekwon,
We saw
B.O.B.
Raekwon. Yeah. Oh,
B.O.B.
yeah.
was there, yeah.
And that was B.O.B. had just done a song with Haley Williams, I think. Airplanes or whatever. That was sick.
Yeah, we didn't know he was going to be there. We went to go see Raekwon, and he opened up for him at a little like dungeon spot. Like it was a tiny spot.
I remember it had the dope graffiti on the outside.
Yeah.
I love it when people kind of like nerd out with the 80s shit. It's my favorite thing of all time. Like a very skilled like spray paint artist, but he'll do like a Thundercat mural and not like Thundercat, the bass player, who's fucking sick. I love him too, but I'm talking about like literal 80s Thundercats or like He-Man or G.I. Joe. Like when I see those on the side, I'm like, dude, I mean, just take my money, man. Like, can I get a shirt of that or something? Like I love that. Like, it's fucking great.
Oh man, it's so, I mean, it's beautiful.
Going back to your mom, who's awesome. I remember one year, it wasn't that long ago, you got a He-Man cake.
Yes.
What year was this? Was this 40? 40 years birthday, maybe.
Was it?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Maybe. It
got
might
the
have been.
He-Man-
My mom's always the cake person, man. She'd
Yeah.
always come with the dope cakes and stuff.
Dude,
like
she sends us a Christmas ornament every year, man. She's the sweetest lady of all time.
Yeah.
We love your mom, man. She's so awesome. And we're talking about this sometimes, like me and Bruce on the last podcast, but we have like kind of magical moms where some moms would be like DJing. That's not a real career. What are you doing? What are you talking about? Or like horror or tattoos. Like, are you crazy? Your mom's like, oh, cool. You want the new giant leather face? All right, sure. I'll order it for you. Or like, hey, you need some like turntable deck for Christmas? Sure. Like, I'll help you find that. It just very supportive moms.
Oh yeah.
And we all had these. That's maybe what links us as friends or whatever. But like, our moms were kind of just like, hey, there is no limit. Just go for it, man. Who cares? And we're just like, all right, I guess we will. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, my mom never tried to push me to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't push me in any direction.
When you got a neck tattoo, was your mom pissed? Okay.
She was there when I got it done. I think I got it done at the house, maybe. Like,
oh, because, Jody. Shout out to Jody Wells. Yeah.
Yeah, Jody Wells. He's the man. But
great artist, dude.
Yeah.
And your body is covered with tattoos. Like, how much of your body is not covered tattoos? Just face,
couple other spots, but
okay. Good, yeah.
I'm probably 75% covered at this point.
If you're just like, bro, I want a balls tattoo, he's like, I can't. You're my best friend, man, but I can't. You know what?
I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it to him.
I mean, I don't care how hardcore you are, even if whatever gang you're in or metal band you're in, dude. Does anybody have a ball tattoo? Like a penis or balls tattoo? Oh, I'm saying on it. Not like a picture of penis or balls on your body, but like, dude, what are you going to do? Like, stretch out the skin? Just like someone's cradling your ball, just has it ever been done?
Yeah, there's a guy that did one in a dragon. Like
on his...
a full tattoo on it.
Good God.
Made it into a dragon.
On his ding dong?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. What is the girl... What does his wife or girlfriend say when he's like, I got a surprise for you? You're gonna ride the dragon tonight. She's like, what do you mean? What do you mean, you silly goose? He's like, check this out. Good God.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, some people
Yeah.
have a different tolerance of pain, but some people have like an addiction to pain
Yeah.
too. Do you, with all your tattoos, is it something like maybe I know you've almost passed out from the pain before you told me that, or like it's just so much like a 5 hour session, you're just like about to be, you're just shaking or
Just
something.
worn out. Yeah.
Yeah. But is it almost like euphoric? Like you get release those endorphins and you're like something good about it, maybe an addictive about it. Is that what happens to tattoo people?
Maybe. Possibly. But then, after so long, it wears off. And once the endorphins wear off, you're like, all right, this is, but maybe
Yeah.
there could be something. But it's always been more of a sort of spiritual experience with me, somehow, some way, shape, form. Because I think Jody is he's kind of a therapist in his own sense. Jody just
Yeah.
like, he's real easy to talk to. Good dude, man.
He is, man.
Like,
Shout out Jody West, man. Great artist. And I like the fact that you were talking about chakras of the body,
yep.
which is something I never really gave much thought to, but there's like areas on the body that hold more negative energy and positive energy.
Yeah.
So there's like certain things he won't do, like a tattoo or a placement or something like that.
Yeah. And it's good, like, that he knows all that stuff too, so he's skilled in the way of how the body flows and stuff like that.
I would
so,
imagine a good tattoo artist would like refuse people sometimes.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, I want this right here. They're like, no, I'm not going to give you that. That's negative energy. It's probably not the best idea,
Yeah, he won't do any racist tattoos or anything like that. Like, he just won't do it,
No swastikas.
Nah, he won't do the swastikas or any of that kind of stuff.
Thank God. Yeah. Well, or even if it like something much more mild, it's just like, hey man, I want the date of like, when my dad died on my arm right here. He's like, dude, why would you want that? Like, why don't you get the date of his birth or something else?
Yeah.
Get something positive. Is that fair to say?
It's fair to say.
Yeah.
I never ever really thought about that,
well,
but yeah.
I mean, I think he like told me some story like that. I mean, not verbatim, I'm misquoting here, but it was something to that effect. Like, he really puts a lot of thought into it. It's like a chef that's like not just going to serve you McDonald's or some shit, man.
Right.
They're really going to think about each ingredient and like how it affects your body.
Yep.
It really put a lot of positive energy into it.
That's why I just let him tattoo me. I'm just like, because I know it's going to be fine. Like, it's going to be dope, whatever he does. Like,
yeah,
we don't even have time stencil. He just draws it on me. So I'll see it when it's done.
Yeah. You're like the purple goo from Ghostbusters 2. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like if you play it Stevie Robertson, it's like, your love is lifting me higher. And then it's like, it can make the Statue of Liberty come to life and like, defeat the main bad guy. Or it can like, if a lot of people in New York are like, I'm walking here, hey, get out of my way. Everybody's like mad at each other. Then the goo becomes negatively charged and can do damage that way. It's kind of the same thing with tattoos, maybe.
Yeah. Well, have you ever seen that where they take the glass of water and they put it in two different environments? Like, they put one glass where it's like jazz music and just peaceful setting, and the other one they've got people come in and yell at it and it's playing like metal or something like that.
Yeah.
And it actually changes like the cellular makeup of the water.
Right.
And the water, like that was in the crazy environment, it just looks insane. It looks all messed up. The other one it looks peaceful,
Right.
And we're, what, 75% water anyway.
Yep.
So it's like,
and 100% just vibration
Yeah.
in general. So yeah. By the way, Stevie Robertson, is that a real person? I feel like I messed that up. Jackie Robertson, is that right? Who did Your Love Is Lifting Me Higher? Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack again. Going back to Ghostbusters 2, obviously.
Jackie Robertson.
Jackie
Robertson.
Robertson.
Robertson. Yeah, Robertson. Jackie Robertson.
You're supposed to be the musical
I think I just had a stroke.
I think you did.
No, Jackie Robertson. Yeah.
Speaking of which, there's no telling when this will air, but it's actually Jeremy Robertson's birthday. Shout out to Jeremy.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Jay.
One of the realest and best musicians I've like ever met in my freaking life. And we were lucky enough to be in a band with him for like a decade plus, got a record deal with him. And spent a lot of time in a van playing video games with him, like talking shit with him. And happy birthday, my brother.
I used to wear him out in that box. I used to wear him out in that box.
Remember that one time, like, I stepped in, I was like, hey guys, let me play. You're like, huh, BC, whatever. And I like knocked somebody out and y'all started laughing. It was pure luck, though. I think he came back and whipped my ass, but I was like, oh, it's like beginner's luck. I tend to have that, but then it goes away. But yeah.
You were like the little brother. Like, all right, whatever. Let him play.
But we used to have a TV like between me and Bobby in the van because Bobby would always like ride shotgun with me, and then you guys were in the back always playing games because we figured out a way to like hook to our van battery the TV, and what we had an Xbox or a PlayStation.
Xbox.
Yeah, and then we would just go on tour, and you guys would just play games. Every now and then, like Jeremy would drive, or I'd be playing with you or something, or just sleeping. But that was like the cool thing, man, to pass the time. You know,
Yeah.
just like Xbox and out boxing, football.
Halo.
Oh yeah, you played Halo.
Halo a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man.
We used to have a lot of battles. Moses, you know,
Yeah.
Moses was with us
Yeah.
in the plastic seat in the back day. Remember how, how dangerous that was?
Well, at some point, like we just had a bucket for a seat. It wasn't even it's just like an overturned bucket in the seat. Somebody takes a hard left, there's like, ah, shit. You know, like none of the shit we did in the early days of the band was safe at all. I don't even think our like seat was bolted in. Like my cousin Andy, shout out to Andy and his family, beautiful family in Gastonia, and rest in peace, Andy. But he like bolted it down because he could fix anything.
Yeah.
Like, my cousin Andy, we stayed with him in Charlotte one night after a show, and he was like, "Why are you guys riding around in this like this? This is super dangerous." We were like, So he's like, zzz, it just made it like sturdy finally, and got our video game system hooked up. But yeah, we were psychos. What we do?
I don't know. I don't know how we made it.
I don't know.
I mean, if we'd have had some sort of accident, somebody, I mean, like that TV would have went flying. Like the TV wasn't strapped down. It was just sitting there.
Yeah.
Speaking of the TV, what what happened to the TV there?
Well, I threw it out the window, sir. Yeah, I was, I thought you might bring that up. That's a funny story. No, well, so one time we were in Milledgeville, Georgia, and Mo was with us, and I was like talking to Josh Roberts on the back deck or something like that. We were having some like in-depth conversation, and Mo was like, "Hey, BC, we're about to roll." I'm like, "I'm not ready to roll." I was like being obstinate and like difficult per BC, drunken front man, being a diva or whatever. And you guys are like, "BC, it's time to go, man. We've been here for like 3 hours, man, hanging out with people. We got to go back to our hotel." I'm like, "Whatever, man." Like I'm mad, and like I end up like me and Bobby get into it. I just like take our TV and like somehow like why? I think I'm driving.
You were driving.
Dude.
You were driving because you just slung it. You just slung it over out the window. Like it didn't even go out at first. You trying to like you finally got it out the window, and that thing just went.
Yeah, I slung out the left window, just like, psh, and it was one of those like DVD player TVs, and of course it had Jeremy's like DVD that he had filmed that he was gonna give to like Sabian symbols or like Gretsch or something like that. So he was like, "Man, if my DVD's play is messed up, man, I'm pissed." I'm like, "Ah, shit." Yeah, we're just
oh man, I think I got emotional that night because you and Bobby were fighting.
Yeah.
Why are you guys fighting, man? Stop. I was back there crying.
I know it. Well, Bobby, Bobby's like got in some serious brawls in his day, but because I was like pissed, and it's like when you're just like family with somebody, you kind of forget like how much of a warrior they are. Just like whatever, mother. You're just like you argue with each other. Like, come on, bro. And like I get out of the van, like Bobby comes out of the van, and like I kind of get blinded for a second. And he just bare paws me like, bam in the ear. I'm like, oh my god, damn. But he could have like punched me, but he just like barehanded me because it was out of love. He was just like, I'm just gonna like show you that throwing a TV out the window is probably not the best move. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we had some crazy ass times, man. It was great. But should we talk about the time that Bobby just cold cocked the dude in Milledgeville? I hope this isn't incriminating in any way. I don't think it is.
Nah, I mean, I think it's past the statute of limitations at this point. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
We had this cute punk rock girl that used to love us named Sam, and we loved her. She had a shaved head, and she got me into Mindless Self-Indulgence. I'd never heard that band before. Now they're one of my favorite bands. Yeah. She introduced me to Mindless MSI. Mindless Self-Indulgence, dude. Jimmy Urine, he was in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I fucking love that band. And I made a, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Great, yeah, dude. But I even made a cover of Never Wanted to Dance.
Yep.
But, so she was a cool chick, man. She was talking to some just asshole douchebag, dude. You know what I mean? And he was kind of like, "Hey, what's up, girl?" And she was like, "Hey, man, won't you back off, bro?" Or something like that. And he was like, get up in her face. And so Bobby came up. He was like, "What seems to be the problem over here, my brother?" And he was like, "Won't you back up?" And he was going to say the N-word. And like Bobby, like before he even said like the third letter of the N-word, Bobby just like, and a thing of like pugilistic beauty, dude, just knocks his ass out. And the guy just goes down, dude. I mean, it was like a thing of beauty, and then the guy got arrested that night
He got
too.
arrested. He had on these sunglasses, which they went flying. Like they broke and went flying. And he
Yeah.
also, when Bobby knocked him out so bad, like his phone went flying.
Yeah.
So I picked his phone up on the way out, and I was like, you know what? This dude was a asshole. I'm like,
Yeah.
shoop, and took his phone with me. I know
Nice.
that's probably some karma that came back on me, but he
Well,
deserved it, man.
he
I mean,
really
he ain't
did,
gonna- I mean,
man.
he was an
think he
ass. Like
I mean, first of all, our homegirl Samantha, she was so sweet. Like, why would you ever be
was.
mean to her? And then Bobby's gonna come up, you're gonna drop the N word. Like, bro, what are you thinking, man? Come on.
He got maybe.
Yeah.
He wasn't even like it was a wow.
Yeah, he knocked his ass out.
Oh man,
Good time. Milledgeville, Georgia was a great time. And our friend
was good.
Corey Stevens is from there, man. One of the greatest musicians, man.
Yes.
Plays with Josh Roberts, our homeboy. Like, God, Corey is so freaking good, dude.
Yep.
Great keyboard player, bass player, singer. Josh Roberts, J Rath. Got some good times in there, man.
Oh yeah, Cordell.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cordell. I saw Cordell not long
Yeah.
ago, man. He was
You saw him?
yeah.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
You were DJing down there? Or?
Where did I see Cordell at? Was it in? Oh man, we went somewhere. Me and Mo. It was in Charleston. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's where he's at now. But,
Back in Milledgeville?
no,
Or-
he's in Charleston.
Oh, Charleston.
I think
Gotcha,
so. Yeah,
gotcha.
but doing good.
That's awesome, man. It's great to hear that the people that kind of like looked after you back in the day are like just thriving and surviving, man. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, Millersville was one of they were always cool little just off the beaten path spots, man. And there were so many cool people there. You know, they didn't have a lot to do, so they all just wanted to hang out and
Yeah, our shows were packed there,
Yeah.
man. It was crazy. And it's just like you drive forever and ever and ever, and you're like, dude, are we sure we're going the right way? Like, we're in the middle of nowhere. And all of a sudden, it's like Milledgeville, and you come in, and the college kids come in, and it's like there's 300 people at your show going nuts.
Yep. Good times. Good times.
That was good times. I was thinking about the time we opened up for Evanescence on your birthday.
Oh yeah.
This was April 24th is your birthday?
Mhm.
2/4. Yeah, April 24th, because you share a birthday with my niece Savannah, I think. Yeah, and Ilya Dia, I think, is April 24th. And I think Don Russo is April 24th.
Rick Beato.
Rick Beato, yeah. So it's like, shout out to what are y'all?
Taurus.
Taurus.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Taurus. Hardhead, that makes sense. Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely makes
Definitely
sense for
stubborn.
y'all, for
Definitely
sure.
stubborn. Yeah.
Because I'm friends with a lot of them. I don't know why I said it in Italian. I'm a friends with a lot of them. Hey, I don't know why I sounded like that just now. But
Over there.
I'm a friend with a lot of them over there. Yeah, a lot of my friends are Taurus, man. Don't get me started on the whole cosmic thing because, you know, like I'm a Scorpio, my wife's a Leo, and like a lot of my best friends are Taurus, and my best friend Bruce, his wife is a Scorpio. He's a Leo. My wife's a Leo. My cousin Shane's a Leo. His wife's a Scorpio. There's a Scorpio Leo thing, and there's a Taurus thing. Because like most of, I think Mike T is a Taurus too. He's March.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a Taurus. Yep.
Yeah, my friend Tanya's a Taurus. So I don't know, man. Is it all a coincidence, or is there something to that?
I think there's something to it. And, you know, a
Is
lot
it
of
cosmic reason why we're friends, or is it just because we're into weird shit together? I don't know.
I don't know. You know, I always find a lot of truth to those things, man. You know, you hear about this stuff is like astrology and, you know, signs and blah blah. But a
What's
lot
your
of the,
sign?
I mean, a lot of the characteristics that you read, and you're like, oh, that is me right there. You know,
Yeah.
and then the people that you interact with, that you're supposed to interact with, it's like, oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've got a
Yeah.
lot of Libras in my life. You know, both
Yeah.
my parents are Libra. Jody's Libra.
What is Libra? Is that September?
September to October?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's right before me because I'm Scorpio, and that's like October, November, whatever.
But it's funny how that happens though. You kind of gravitate towards certain. I mean, it's like there's patterns to it, you know. So
Yeah. And is it like we're seeing the patterns? Or are they really there? I don't know, but it seems like they're just there. It just I don't
Right.
for whatever reason.
right, you know.
People hang out with people that were born in a certain month, and maybe there's a scientific reason, like you're exposed to a certain amount of sunlight, your brain develops in a certain way, and like you can relate to other people that are similar in that regard somehow, some way. Who knows, man? There's some theory here,
Yeah.
probably.
You got the different signs, Earth sign and the
Yeah.
fire signs, and you know, some of those are compatible, and like Earth signs are compatible with each other. You know, they're
Yeah.
grounded in a sense, and
Right.
yada yada, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But, you know,
Who knows?
I mean, I
man?
don't live my life by those things, but it's cool to
Same.
see. You know, like it's kind of like cool to read, and like every once in a while, just check it out, and see.
Right. Like I'm interested, and I think it's interesting to find out. I'm like, huh, I wonder if there's significance there. But at the same time, I mean, there's so many peddlers and people that snake oil handlers.
Right.
Wait, snake oil medicine show people. You know what I'm saying? Like I said that wrong, but you know what I'm
No,
talking about.
you had it.
Snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
Anybody could say like, "Oh, I'm a master of the zodiac sign. I
Sure.
can tell you your fortune." Anybody could say that,
Yeah.
but maybe some people really can. Now, I do believe in spiritual gifts. I
Yeah.
do believe that, man. I think people in this earth have the ability like to touch you and heal you. I think like Reiki is real. I think like there's an energy field that people can tap into. I think that shit is real.
Sure, yeah. It's just
Now,
sometimes
there's a lot of
hard
people
to
that say they can do it
decipher.
that can't,
Right,
you
it's
know?
hard to decipher the real ones and non-real ones sometimes, it's like,
That's why it's easy to just be like, it's not real at all,
okay, yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Because the Bible says like, it doesn't say witchcraft is not real. It says don't do it.
yeah,
Don't use false idols and don't use like or like items to like contact to try to talk to God or
spirits
what
and
like
stuff,
right like
yeah.
don't use a mirror like a Ouija board or whatever. But that's the thing. It's like all right, it never said it wasn't real. It just said don't do it.
Just said
So
don't do it.
I don't know, man. There's a lot to that.
Yeah,
But anyway, like it was your birthday. This is what like 2012. It's like the best year of our lives for the band because we just got off tour with Crossfade.
yep,
And I just had Mitch on here, and me and him were just talking about it, and he's freaking awesome, man. Shout out to Mitch, James, love him. He's amazing, and Eddie and Les, and that was great, dude. Jägermeister sponsored our tour,
oh man, yeah,
so we were totally sober the whole time.
absolutely,
But then we got off tour. We did a couple runs with Evanescence.
mm-hmm.
Oh, you know I love Amy Lee. I mean, it's obvious to just be like, I love Amy Lee. Like anybody could say that, but for me, I'm like, no, dude. You realize like she's a genius, right? Like in high school, she was directing choirs and could write like orchestral parts for like 30 people, and then she's like maybe like 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? And she
Right.
goes on to form Evanescence. Like I legitimately love her, and like kind of befriended her for a little period there. Like we would like text back and forth and nothing crazy. But we opened up for Evanescence on your birthday.
Mhm.
It was like 2012.
Yep,
And it was a beautiful
I
show.
think, yeah,
But your mom like sent a cake. Cause where were we, dude? Like
man.
Washington? Where were we? Colorado?
No, it's St. Louis.
St.
Wasn't it?
Louis. Okay.
I believe St. Louis. Yeah, right.
'Kay, this is how cool your mom is, because we're on tour and your mom sends like a cake. I don't know if it was like a He-Man cake, whatever. But like,
What? I
so
don't-
it's like we go into the green room and you have a cake. I'm like, dude, Mama Dukes, that's amazing, you know. But I remember, like, we opened up for Evanescence, and like we taught Amy Lee afterwards, and her whole band's like cool as shit. Oh, and Will, their drummer, is fucking sick. Greg, you know Will? I thought Will Hunt. Oh, dude, he's fucking sick ass drummer. I figured he's like metal drummer, but he's like mainstream. I think he's played with he played on a Crossfade record, but yeah.
He's an incredible drummer.
Oh, dude, he's freaking so sick, man. But he's like the perfect drummer for Evanescence. But I think he's been there with them for a couple years now. But we saw him. But it's funny because he knows Les and Eddie from
Mhm.
Crossfade, which was our boys from Columbia. So when I met him, I was like, "What's up, man?" I was like, "Hey, like I think you played on Les and Eddie's record." He was like, "Oh yeah." So you kind of remind me of them, like the way you talk and the way you look. I'm like, spiky hair, like a little bit of eyeliner. I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm just a copying piece of crap from my heroes. No, but he was great, man. I love Will and Amy was so cool. But I remember like we opened up for Evanescence the first time. And this is one of those like manifestation things. I'm like, all right, dude, we got to get her attention. Like we're just the opening band, but we got to get her flowers. So we told our manager Farshid, I was like, dude, go get her like the greatest flowers you can find, and we'll write a card and just tell her, whatever. And I was like, and then we'll get to meet her because she'll come out of her dressing room if we give her flowers, man. We can tell her how much we love her and stuff. And some people were like, that's never going to work, BC. You're crazy. I'm like, let's just do it, man. Let's do it. So, like, Farshid gets his flowers. So, Farshid writes the card. Shout out to Farshid Arshid, our previous manager who managed Collective Soul and Rehab, too. But he, like, was like, hey, Amy, congratulations on a great show from Weaving the Fate, because that's our band name at the time.
Yep.
And we send her the flowers, and then we're just kind of chilling, like, doing our normal thing. Like, me and you were cracking up about some nerd shit, probably talking about Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or something that, like, people, if people heard our conversations in rock star settings, they probably wouldn't think we were real rock stars, or even that we'd ever had sex with a woman.
Right. Like if you viewed it from a distance, you
Yeah.
would not think we were talking about probably what we're talking
Why
about.
do these
like-
guys go so in depth about the X-Men and Spider-Man? But like, and then all of a sudden it's like we're in our green room and we hear like this angelic voice from the hallway. She's like, "Oh, who sent the flowers?" And we're just like, this is our chance, dude. Yeah. And Jen was like, bro, she's asking about him. So I go outside. I'm like, hey, how's it going, Amy? Like, we sent the flowers. She's like, oh, that was so sweet. And like, I started talking to her. And I'm like, all right, bro, here's your chance. Take that Southern charm. Let's turn it up to warp factor 10. You know, I was like, everything I freaking had, I just threw it at her, dude. Like, anything that I absorbed from my pimp ass brother, Chris Connor, like any kind of thing I could get to make her laugh, I just gave, dude. And like, I had her like cracking up laughing. And the thing is, like, she was so sweet and humble and cool, man. That probably helped it too. It's not me like taking credit. Like, the fact was she was actually really awesome, and I was just a big nerd.
Yeah,
that's all it was. But like, but she was like, you're really funny. Like, you're actually funny. I'm like, oh, cool. But and then we played with them the next night somewhere. But your birthday, cause we went out in the parking lot and you released a balloon. What happened?
Okay, so we were walking back to the van. This was, you know, after hanging out with them and everything, which they were real cool. All of them were real cool, like super down to earth. But we were walking back to the van. I was like, all right, man. I was like, I'm gonna let this balloon go. And so I let the balloon go, and you know, it's a helium-filled balloon, so it flies up in the sky, probably what 30 feet, something like that. Probably went up about 3 stories.
Yeah,
it swooped around and came back down, and it just went right in my hand, and I just caught the balloon again. Like, it was like the most like crazy.
Good. God, I know.
And you witnessed it. Like, you actually saw it. So
it was like, man, what a beautiful night. We just met Amy Lee of Evanescence. I'm gonna let this balloon go, and it came right back. And it came right back to your hand. I was like, did I just imagine that? Is that real?
That's what I'm saying, man. I wish there was footage of it somewhere. I wish we'd had a camera. But
that was cool. Yeah, because I bought some Evanescence shirts, and I got Amy to sign them for my niece Savannah and my niece Haven, and she taught me that like whenever you're autographing a shirt, you got to stretch it out, because if you just sign it as is, it's wrinkly. So if you're ever signing a shirt for a fan, like stretch it somehow, and then it makes it easier. It's like more taut, and it makes it easier to write on.
Taut, like, very good.
Yeah, wow. She like taught me that. Taught me that. Told me about taut. Yeah. But I was just like, great tip, baby. I love you. Yeah. But you try not. I'm kind of horrible around celebrities, man. Like, I get just nerd out. I mean, eventually, like, if I'm friends with them, I'll chill. But like, I'm like such a nerd, man. I can't you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think we did pretty good.
We did great. We did great, man. It was good times, you know.
Yeah. We saw her at Carolina Rebellion in May, because I forget, that was April. Yeah, it's like the next month. Because that was a cool thing. We did a couple of days with Evanescence. I was like, oh, we'll see you at Carolina Rebellion in May. So we were just going to see her again. And it was May 5th, and it was right when MCA passed away.
Yep.
Which was devastating for all of us. And me and you particularly, that was like one thing we super bonded over, because you're into every hip-hop ever. You love all hip-hop. And Beastie Boys is like one of my favorite groups of all time. And to hear about Adam Yauch, MCA, dying from throat cancer, it destroyed me. And I was like, man, this like, it was the date, it was May 5th, so Cinco de Mayo, we were playing Carolina Rebellion, and I maybe it was the night before he died or something like that, but I was like, Abel, you got to do like an intro for us, man. You had what, like not even 4 hours to come up with it?
I think I finished it on the way to the gig, like in the van. You know, I was still working on it when we got there. So I never really actually heard it out. We never practiced it or whatever. And we started the whole festival that day. I mean, an insanely huge festival, Carolina Rebellion. You had Korn and Shinedown and Evanescence and all these, and Slash, you know. We had all these bands, and we started.
You started that show
the whole day.
No pressure, buddy. But I was like, man, you got to do a tribute to MCA, man. And you just immediately like started working on it, and it was beautiful, man. Like, I mean, I can't even remember exactly what it was because you've never played it since.
I gotta see if I can find that, man. I'm sure I still got it somewhere.
Because you had like all these acapellas mixed in with the MCA parts, like 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, what up? And it was like the I want to say a little something that's long overdue. The disrespect to women has got to be through. You know, like you did that whole thing, and it was like the very first thing that the Carolina Rebellion, crowd heard, and they started coming in, and it was like. Literally, man, that's special, dude. Like, you made something on your turntables and computer that all those people came, and the very first thing they heard, and they like flocked. By the end of our set, dude, it was like 20,000 people.
Man, it was awesome.
It was freaking insane, dude. And we played where Korn played. Like, we opened up for Korn, essentially. Yeah. Because, like, 4 bands later, they were exactly where I was standing was where Jonathan Davis was standing, dude.
Yep.
Where you were standing was where like Fieldy and Monkey were, dude. And it was freaking. I was like, this is fucking surreal, man. Like, what is going on right now? We've manifested some shit.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure we know what happened.
I was watching, I guess it was Five Finger Death Punch, because they had the two stages and you could go up in between them, you know, and on the little bridge thing and watch them. And I was up there and I looked to my right and I see this guy and I'm like, he looks familiar or something. I'm like, sorry. And it was Jonathan Davis, but he was just there. Like, he didn't even look like, you know, he was just normal. Like, he didn't.
Speaking of, he's a DJ too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
J Devil. Because I had a similar experience, and when I went up to him, I was like, talk about some shit that he actually wants to talk about. And I was like, hey, man, how's your DJ stuff coming on? Because, like, everybody's going to be like, oh, my God, I love Blind. I love, like, every Korn song ever. But I was like, you know, and by the way, he was hanging out with some, like, shorter guy that would look like the last person in the world you'd ever want to fuck with.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
he
of
looked like
course.
some Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
Like, whoever Korn hires for their security, dude.
Yeah.
And you're just like, all right, this guy could rip somebody's throat out with a freaking toothbrush or something. You know what I mean?
Probably have to be pretty rough, you know, to be Korn
Like,
security.
he's just like, you kind of like eyeballing me, like my every move, like talking to Jonathan Davis. But I'm like, how's the J Devil stuff coming, man? He's like, yeah, it's good, you know. Talking to him, just like trying to talk to him about something he was interested in. But like, it kind of comes full circle. Like, the person becomes a DJ. Perry Farrell does that. Perry Farrell's like a DJ, you know? But having that like a musical appreciation. And I mean, you know, like Prince probably would have been a great DJ.
Oh,
if
he would
really
have killed it. You know, Questlove, he's an awesome DJ.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He's an amazing DJ. Like, I mean, just the musical knowledge in itself is, you know, a key component, but plus his rhythm and everything else. I mean, he's just a badass. But Idris Elba, he's a DJ. I
Really?
mean, like, yeah, he actually does, like, festivals
Man
and
at
stuff.
Arms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Man at Arms.
The Man
yeah.
at Arms there.
Yeah, Shaq, you know, I mean, there's
What
a
was he
couple
just in the DC comics? Was he not Deathstroke? Maybe it was Deathstroke. And Suicide Squad? Idris Elba?
Was he?
I don't know. He's a great
Deathstroke?
actor, man. I'm about him.
Was he Deathstroke? Maybe.
He was some. I'm glad. I like it. Yeah, when those.
He was also in Thor.
That's right. That's one thing. I know he like controlled the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah,
but
I don't know his name.
I like
in that
when
one.
big, strong actors like get those nerdy roles. You know, it's always what we want, man. Like,
Oh yeah,
we want to see those people take we've been learning the stories and reading the comics for years, and then somebody like that like takes it seriously, and you know what I mean? It's killer. It's what we want. So
for
yeah,
sure, definitely.
good stuff. So he's a DJ.
He's a DJ.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, man, the Carolina Rebellion thing was nuts, and I met that's the first time I met Brian Head Welch, which I met him a couple times since then,
Yeah.
but here's my problem too, man, is like I get hammered around celebrities, man, like 'cause I get nervous. I'm like, oh God, like I've been following this guy since I was in 7th grade. You know what I mean? And
Right.
like by the time I'm like, hey, bro, like I fucking love you, man. I love you. And they're like, that's great, man. See you later, you know?
Right.
And if I would just kind of like maybe chill, I'd maybe, you know, and it's not always the case. Like I've had some meaningful conversations with like some heroes that I really admire, and you know, but I mean, yeah,
Which was actually his first show back.
right.
Remember that?
Right.
Because he had
There's a whole
left the band for
documentary
a
about
while.
that. Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Him
Pretty
and his
crazy
daughter
day.
were like walking back, and I think I was like peeing like outside or something like that. Because if you grow up in Lexington, South Carolina, we'll just pee anywhere. We don't even care. Something like backstage Carolina Rebellion, and just like peeing, and a bunch of rock stars are walking by, and I'm just like, Brian Ed Welch, what's up, my brother? I love you. And he's like, hey, what's up, man? And I'm just like, dude, I read your book, and I love it, man. It's great. Like. He's just like, oh, what band are you in? I'm like, Weaving the Fate. He's like, oh, he kind of looks around like dreadlock swinging. And he like didn't process like who we were. And he was like, cool. Well, all right, bro, have a good one. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Meanwhile, I'm just like peeing in some random bush or something.
I think Slash's security came over and told everybody to stop smoking at the trailer we were in.
Ours?
I think so.
Some heavily reefer smoke going on.
Slash's security.
Yeah, Slash was cool, man.
No, he was good. Yeah.
That's another thing about Bobby Dredd, man. He's not scared to talk to anybody, dude. He's the biggest rock star of our band.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he just went up to Slash, and that's another thing, because I was just like, God, dude, there's Jonathan Davis right there, bro. And Bobby's like, yo, fuck that BC. We're going to talk to him, man. This is your favorite singer. Come on. I'm like, no, I'm not sure, but he's like, come on, man. We going. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, and Bobby takes me up there, and I'm just kind of like cowering down. Bobby's like, what's up, bro? He's like, hey, man, like, good show, my brother. Like, much love. Like, that was awesome. John's like, thank you, man. Thank you, man. Right on. And then I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Like, so how's the J Devil DJ stuff coming, you know? But like, if not for Bobby, dude, I wouldn't even walk. I wouldn't even have the courage to walk up. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
To talk to one of my freaking heroes, you know?
We were in, remember when we was in California and there was that fleet of like armored vehicles and like security and everybody standing out and Oprah Winfrey was there.
Yeah.
And I mean, it looked like the president was coming out of this place and
Yeah.
Bobby just ran up to her and she actually talked to him for a second, I think.
Yeah.
He's like,
he just the window was like, just like, hey there, you know, and like he's like, I just want to tell you, like, I love you so much, and I respect you, whatever Bobby said, and she was like, well, what's your band name? She's like, all right, well, Bobby, will you be good? And he was like, yes, ma'am, I sure will, you know, but like his vibration is like the same vibration as anybody, you name it,
Oh,
Jimi
yeah.
Hendrix, you know, freaking Jim Morrison. It doesn't matter. Dude. Bobby will probably just be like hanging out with whoever, man. And that's, you know,
Yep.
I get a little more nervous and weird. I start freaking out, man. I get in my own head, but he doesn't think like that. You know?
Bobby. And anywhere you go, somebody will know Bobby. I don't care if we went to the middle of South Dakota somewhere, somebody would recognize Bobby Dredd.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, good times, man. And who did you guys run into Kid and Play in the elevator?
We ran into Play.
Yeah.
Play was in the elevator. I didn't even realize it to first, and Bobby's like, is that Play? And I was like, oh shit, it is. And we actually talked to him for a second. He was cool. Mint Condition was down there. I think Bobby hung out with them for a little bit. A lot of people around that area.
Our record label basically let us live in the Sheraton Hotel in Hollywood for like 3 months. And it was like the coolest 3 months ever, man. We wrote the song Fading Star while we were there, and Drinking Party while we were there. We really wrote it at your house in Greenville before we left and before we got on the plane, because all the shit about like the bridge about the morning crash through the, what'd I say? Just as I was crashing to the floor. Oh, the day came crashing through the room just as I was crashing the floor. I wrote that about sleeping in the small room upstairs in your house, because that's like what it was. Yeah, it just, all the lyrics came from like just real experiences that I had with you and everybody, like just, you know, hanging out, man. And it just kind of made it to, we go to LA and then we record it, and it's like, it's just surreal.
Yeah, because we actually recorded a demo that night at the house. Because
Right.
we played it for Howard Benson.
Right. And he
was like,
rearranged it in a genius way.
yeah. But he was like, I like that. You know, he was like, he caught his ear. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that was killer, man. That was, we have some crazy times, good sir, me and you, man. And then so Jeremy, of course, finishes all his parts like really quick, because he's like, you know, one of the best musicians we freaking know, dude. One of the best drummers in the world. And that's another thing. When we opened up for Korn, Ray Luzier was just like, the Korn guys were kind of like, oh, cool, man, great, have a good time. Like, who is this guy trying to talk to me? But Ray was like, yo, who's that drummer? Like, I'm gonna go talk to him. So Ray and Jeremy, they both live in Nashville now. Like, they're friends. Like, they know each other and shit, you know?
That's cool.
But I'm just like, you son of a bitch. Like, Jeremy, he doesn't even listen to metal, dude. I mean, but no, he's killer. But Jeremy, his talent just speaks for himself. But where was I going with that? I'm talking about LA stuff. Oh, the LA. Oh, and then me and you had to go back because Jeremy finished all his drum parts quick.
Right.
Because Howard kind of guided him and was like, "Hey man, let's do this. Like simplify some parts. Let's get some killer fills here. We're gonna finish up." And then Bobby like kind of finished his stuff up. So then we all fly home, and then me and you come back.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you showed me Human Centipede. Because it's just me in a hotel,
That's
me
right.
and you, dude.
That's right.
And I'm just kind of like, there's no other band members to kind of like diplomatically like, or democratically stop it. I have to go with whatever you say. I'm just like, because you're my DJ, whether it's like, hey, we're watching this, we're listening to this. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. So Human Centipede, dude, that's when you changed my life forever. Probably not in the most positive way.
Worst tour guide ever.
Did you ever see Human Centipede?
Yeah, it's a feeder.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Dude.
God.
Yeah.
It's brutal, dude.
It is.
Oh,
there's no reason to ever see it. You know, like there's just, I don't know why I did it to you, man. It's like,
well, I guess sometimes
you know, like,
you got to pull the veil down of like cotton candy and rainbows and beauty to the dark, cruel reality of the world.
Interesting.
That's what you did for me.
Good point.
I guess.
Good point. Did it make you better or not? I don't know. Was it?
You showed me the truth.
I showed you the
pulled the
truth.
wool from my eyes, and I saw the dark, gritty world for what it is. But it's all good because the horror thing exists, and there's also positivity and love that exists. You can choose to feed whichever wolf, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I think me and you kind of do both.
Yeah.
Because I honestly like dark shit and sad shit
Yeah.
and crazy songs, and you do too.
And that's weird how you find a balance with that. You
Yeah.
know, how is that? Like, there is a balance because I
Well-
definitely appreciate the positive and the good in life.
Your favorite band, rock band, is Tool. Is that fair?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
They're not exactly a happy-go-lucky band.
Mm-mm.
10-minute
No.
songs with the most gloomy shit ever.
Yeah.
Any married guy out there is just like, yeah, bro, my wife's not listening to Tool at all, man. Well, some wives are like into rock shit, but like, by and large, like, you listen, is it the divorced dads? Or is it
Damn.
like, or dads by themselves are listening to Tool? Say, hey, babe, like, I love you and the kids, but I'm just going to take a ride by myself. I'm going to listen to Tool. Like, when do you listen to Tool as a dad, man? It's like, you're definitely by yourself. You're not listening to it. I don't even want my kids to listen to it. I'm like, I don't want you to have that vibration
Yeah.
of darkness.
Yeah, I've never
But I love them.
I've
and I
never
love
turned
James
Bailey
May.
on to Tool. That's never one we really listened to in the car.
Well, here's the thing. If years later she comes to you and it's like, hey, Dad, I heard about this band Tool, and I'm really feeling a certain way, like it resonates with me, then you'll be like, okay, well, let's walk through the whole catalog. I'll help you out. But hopefully our kids are not into the dark, crazy shit we're into. That's kind of the way I feel sometimes. You know what I mean? I want them to be into, like, I'm walking on sunshine or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I just want them to have a happy life and not be weirdos
Right.
like we are.
Right.
And I love weirdos, and you're one of my favorite people in the world. But I know we're a bunch of fucking weirdos, and we're into some dark, twisted shit.
Is it chicken or egg, though? I mean, does the gloominess bring you into the gloomy world, or
Or is it?
does your
yeah.
gloomy world like make you attracted to that stuff sometimes and just want to? And what is it about that? I mean, like, why is it if you're sad, do people want to listen to sad music sometimes? You know, what is it about that kind of?
My theory on this is that it's healing,
Right.
because people feel like they're alone all the time.
Mm-hmm.
People that really will spit the truth, that what they're really feeling, regardless of how they think it's going to be perceived, could save somebody's life, because you're like, hey, man, I'm just going to put it out here no matter how embarrassing it is for me to really say. If you really say it, like, people would be like, oh, my God, I feel that same way. And you could probably touch some people's lives. And I think that's kind of the music we're into, you know.
So you think it's kind of you're not alone. Like somebody,
I think so,
You can
probably.
relate. Like if you're listening
Right.
to a sad song, and when you're sad, it's like it makes you feel. I don't know. It seemed like it would
Yeah.
just amplify that emotion. You know, you think you'd want to listen to "Walking on Sunshine" or something when you're sad.
Is
You
that
know, like
Katrina and the Waves? Which, by the way, I love that song too. I loved it in second grade. It's like my favorite song. I think I got in trouble for like singing it, and like my teacher, Miss Ingram, that was like first grade. She's like, Brian, sit down. It's like, I can't help it, man. It's so positive.
yeah,
But once again, it's that purple goo of the Ghostbusters. You can positively charge it,
Yep.
or negatively charge it. But here's the thing: true appreciators of art and all kinds, like you're like a connoisseur of it, and you play it every single night professionally. You kind of have a different perspective on it, and it's like you appreciate not the good and the bad, but like the happy and the sad, so to speak.
Yeah.
The positive poppy songs are great.
Yeah.
But the songs that make you cry and really examine yourself are great too.
Yeah.
For a different reason.
Yeah. It's both a release. You know, they say it's good to cry. If you need to cry, cry. And I like
cry,
it.
they buy, bruh. That's what somebody told me. I was like, dude, this sad song is sad they were writing, man, called Memory. It's about my friend Brad that passed away. He drowned in a river, and he was trying to save somebody's life, and he saved somebody's life. And I was like, I don't know if anybody will be in this. Like, hey, they cry, they buy. I'm like, what?
But it's still got an uplifting tone to it in a sense, you know. It's not
Our song?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not doom and gloom. I mean, it's got that you know, at the root of what it is, but
Yeah.
the song itself is kind of uplifting, and maybe that's the beauty in some of that stuff too. Though,
Yeah.
you know.
That's what I always liked about Pearl Jam. Kind of odd twist here, but like, if you ever listen to their songs, like it didn't have like the common gloom of the '90s. Like, because I love Chris Cornell, I love Kurt Cobain, but it's just straight gloom. Like it's just
Right.
kind of depressing, whatever.
Alice in Chains,
Yeah,
like
oh
that whole,
God,
like,
Alice in Chains for sure, and it's beautiful. I love them.
oh yeah,
And so Simple Pilots, all those bands, but it's like at least Pearl Jam had like a positive twist at the end. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I'm still alive, whatever you want to say, and like a positivity that prevails. And I think that's a good thing. Even if you're singing about something super sad, if you interject something like some positive perspective out of it, I think it's like healing for people and like they're just into it, man. I don't know, you know.
That's kind of
It-
interesting about Pearl Jam too. I never really thought about that. But
oh
as far as
man.
the grunge era, they weren't grungiest or anything. You know, they were like,
It kind of goes back to what we said about culture rejecting something for whatever reason. It's not cool or whatever. Do you not realize how fucking good Eddie Vedder can sing? I mean, dude, it's ridiculous
oh yeah,
how his voice, man, and his lyricism, and you never know it from like a song like Yellow Ledbetter where he's like, on a bit fat,
Well, I mean,
on a bit fat. Like I'll give anybody like $100 if they can just tell me the lyrics
Oh,
of
yeah.
Yellow Ledbetter right now.
there's a number of them that you don't know what he's saying, and you know, like
Yeah.
myself, I don't know, but
Right.
beautiful,
I mean,
beautiful
and you
singer.
say that about like most metal bands too, like Randy Blythe from Lamb of God. But like he's just like, like. But if you actually read his lyrics, you're like, damn, this motherfucker's a poet. Like
Mhm.
this shit is great. He didn't have to say that in that way,
Right.
because most people just hear screaming and they really can't understand him. But I mean, of course, the metal community by and large does understand him and they dissect the lyrics. But dude, he is like a poet, man. Everything he says is like very well thought out and like is very genius. And the thing is, like, he might not even get the credit for it because he's just screaming every lyric to a point where I'm not even sure you can understand him. To the general
Right.
populous person couldn't even understand what the hell he's saying. But you know what I mean?
Right. But then you had the people like, you know, like Bob Marley. You know, like Bob Marley in the interviews, man, he had that real thick Jamaican accent, and it was, you know, he was always probably kind of slowed down a little bit. too,
Yeah.
you know, like it was always real laid back. But sometimes you had to kind of listen to what he was saying. But when he sang, it was like just perfect. You know,
Oh,
like
man.
it was like almost the opposite. It's like,
Yeah.
how does that happen? You know?
That's another one, man. He's so great, dude. I mean, yeah, amazing. Well, you know, I remember speaking of LA, dude, I got a bite on my leg
Oh yeah.
because
I remember I took you to the
remember that?
hospital.
You took me to the hospital,
I
dude.
took you to the hospital.
And that's the kind of friend you are, man. We talked about this, and it really goes back to this, man. Like this is America, and the thing is, like everybody's at each other's throats all the time, and everybody's mad at each other. You have different political beliefs, whatever. And I don't always agree with you, and I don't always agree with my best friend Bruce, who's been on the podcast a few times. But the thing is, man, like, are you the type of person that is like, if you fall in a well, like your friend is gonna pull you out? Like you're definitely that guy, and I'm that guy for you, 100%. And that's how you know a true friend, man. You know,
Yeah,
like
of
like
course.
I don't care who you voted for at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what it is.
Right, absolutely. No, it's definitely without saying. But here, let me just ask this because so like talking about the political divide and all that, we don't have to get into the P word, but
Right.
with as chaotic as the world is right now, with the craziness and everything going on, why is there not more musicians coming out and like with that type of music against all of this? Like, remember there used to be a lot of bands. I mean, even from the Public Enemy, Dead Prez's to the old, you know, like.
Speaking of which, what's going on with the hoodie
Oh,
right
yeah,
here?
this is a Dead Prez Supreme hoodie.
That is
they just-
dope,
they
dude. Where
just-
the hell did you get that?
I found they do Supreme.
That's sick.
Yeah, man. They
So cool.
but like all those, you know, like what happened to the revolutionary bands, the punk bands, and things like that? Because you know,
I think they're out there. I think they're out there in various forms. Well, it's like you and Greg were talking about, and shout out to Greg Vance, Dreamscape Productions, and he turned me onto a very interesting vibration, which is this: there is no more mainstream. Mainstream is like your own personal algorithm. So like whatever you're into is your mainstream because that's just the readily available internet. So you can find whatever you want to find, man. Like if it's jazz, if it's reggae, if it's hip hop, if it's heavy ass metal, like black metal, freaking crazy shit, whatever. But I don't know where I was going with that, but I think it is out there. You know, whatever you want to find is out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about, Greg were talking about earlier. There's good music when you search for it.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it was more like prevalent back then. People actually with their voices against whatever, against, you know, the establishment, the government, blah, 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 whatever your the Rage Against the Machines of the world. You know,
Yeah.
where those type bands and stuff anymore. I don't feel like they exist, and maybe I'm wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
put it in the comments or whatever. You know, like,
Comments here.
Tell me one of the bands. But yeah, I don't know.
That's the crazy thing about Tom Morello, because he was like, people automatically assume that he's like anti-Republican or whatever. And, you know, at this point, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Who knows, man? But when he wrote all those songs, that was Bill Clinton office. That was the Democratic presidency. And it wasn't so much like left versus right. It was like um, the empowered versus the non-empowered, and like, what was the word I'm looking for? Oligarchs versus the, you know, common man.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
absolutely.
That's really, from my interpretation of what he was talking about. Well, that's what it was about, more so
Right.
than left versus right or whatever. So,
And maybe back then things weren't as divided as they are now, and I may be wrong on
I
that.
don't think they were, dude.
And maybe that sways people to decisions too. Like they're kind of
Mhm.
like, I don't know if I even want to step into this territory because I don't want to alienate myself. Because back then, it was badass to stand up against, you know, whatever your cause was.
Yeah.
There was something behind it, you know.
There's definitely a lot of people that are very vocal about a lot of number of things. Like, my take is just kind of like, man, I don't know everything about it, and like neither do you, and neither do you.
Right.
Not saying anything about you, but I'm saying like nobody does, man. Like, let's get all the facts, and let's just try to keep a cool head about it, man. Because whatever party you're into, like, probably just do this. Don't be a part of a party is my thing.
Just be
You know what I mean? Just kind of handle every situation as it comes. But not to talk about that whole thing.
No.
But,
I
you
just,
know,
I mean, I think life's got way too dope, man, to worry about stuff like that. Like I got way
Yeah.
too many good things going on to be
Yeah.
arguing with people and stuff like that.
you're
But
the best DJ in South Carolina.
Oh,
and,
God, I can't take that.
I went and
credit,
saw
but-
this, me and Bobby after a show. Like, Mike Scarborough played drums for us. Travis, our drummer, Travis Lumpsis, pant throwing the drums. Shout out Travis, we love you, buddy. And he couldn't make it, so Mike Scarborough, who's a beast of a drummer, filled in for us on the drums. And afterwards, it was like, hey man, I'm after party down the street at Uncle Tito's, which is our buddy that owns a club, and Jimmy, and he's awesome. We love Jimmy, dude. It's like 300 people in a small club, and everything you play, people are going nuts for. And that's the thing I've always admired about you too, man. Like, because I kind of try to do this as a teacher of music with my kids, but like, for me, it's not as hard of a job because they're all like, "Hey, do you know any Nirvana?" Like, yes, I do. But for you, it's like, dude, you always know you got your finger on the pulse of like the cutting edge music of like hip hop and stuff. Even now, man, you always know what these like 20 somethings, 30 somethings, 40 somethings, and you know, even 40s and 50 somethings. Our generation are into too, man. But I feel like you always know the shit to play. Cause I mean, dude, the fact is this, man. I'll see you play a club and it's just like packed to the gills, and it's the most beautiful girls I've ever seen in my life. And they're all just like they're like just breaking it down right in front of you, dude. And you're just like, yeah, it's whatever, you know.
I'm working, man.
You're just
But-
working.
But I tell you what, though, it's like it gets harder and harder with the crazy influx of music nowadays because every other day there's somebody new, and I may or may not have heard of them. They'll have like 10 million views on something, you know, you're like,
Yeah.
hey, if you guys so and so, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll check and see, you know, like, but I mean, it's rapid fire nowadays.
Yeah. Some
It's
kid
like-
probably recorded a whole record like on his iPhone.
Yeah.
And just blew up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's difficult to keep up with nowadays. I mean, I roll with it, you know, it's part of the job.
You do a good job, man. I don't know.
I appreciate it, man.
I've never seen a crowd like not dancing when you're DJing, man. It's insane, man.
Thank you, man.
It's really cool. And that's the beautiful thing about it, because I know like when we first started, like our very first show at New Brooklyn Tavern, you had a crate full of records,
Mhm.
like literal vinyl records. Because I met you, man, in Clemson, South Carolina, because we opened up for the band The Movement, which
Yep.
we're friends with. And DJ Wriggles, shout out to Wriggles, we love Wriggles. He was the DJ of The Movement, and then you kind of sat in and was DJing with The Movement, and I was like, holy shit, like, this guy's fucking great, man. And I kind of got to know you, and I was like, this guy kind of reminds me a lot about myself. I'm into a lot of the same stuff I am, and you know, we slowly became like really tight friends and like family. But I was like, this is like one of the best DJs I've ever had. Like, first of all, your controlling your cut selection was like really good. But like literally, when we played New Brooklyn Tavern a couple months later, and it was like you had like crate full of records.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course technology persists, and for all the DJs out there, you know, like Serato
Yep.
is a thing. So correct me if I'm wrong, but Serato is essentially like a MIDI controller for your laptop.
Yep.
It's like essentially like a vinyl feel.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
And some people do the CDJ shit. It's like whatever.
Yeah, Serato is the software. So depending on the hardware you use, I mean, I've always used turntables or some sort of controller turntable-esque. You know, but everybody, you can use whatever now. Some people might DJ off an iPhone nowadays. You know, like there's apps and stuff you can do. So it's like, you know, do what you do.
Probably killing out there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, yeah, man.
But let me interject right quick. I was going to say that was the night that I joined Villanova.
Right,
That's the big night. But I was playing pool around because you said something about you like, hey man, we might call you up, and I'm just like, I always talk to people, and you know, most people just bullshit with you, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, cool, man. I'm like, yeah. And me and Hoffman, you know, shout out Hoffman, rest in peace. But he
the most hilarious motherfucker that ever lived, dude. Ryan Hoffman.
He was
God, that's a whole nother podcast.
We'll do that on the next one. But
but anybody that loved Hoffman and any family members of Hoffman, respect, man, because God, what a hilarious human being. Amazing person. One of your best friends.
Oh yeah.
Shout out.
Oh yeah.
Real good.
But so he came. I was over there, and he came around there. He's like, "Hey man, I think they're calling for you up there." And I'm like, "Huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think they're calling for you." And I went around there, and sure enough, y'all called me on stage, and that was it. That was the beginning of Able One and the Villanova saga.
Yeah,
right,
man, because I knew it was a rap because we played like the Handlebar in Greenville or something like that, and we drove separate to the gig, and Bobby had been riding with me, and him were like talking about Fishbone and Jane's Addiction, and we were like, you know, vibing the whole time, and Bobby was like, hey, yo, BC, I'm going to ride back with Abel. I'm like, what? You let me by myself? What the hell, dude? And he's like, man, we'll meet you at the spot. It's fine. I'm like, all right. I was like, it's a rap, dude. Abel's in, man. Like, you know, he just loves you after that.
That was it. That was my Cinderella slipper.
Exactly. Well,
awesome.
it's been a pleasure having you.
Oh man,
through
thank
all
you
these
so
years.
much.
Good
Thank you so much.
We've been through so much stuff, man.
We got more to talk about.
I know
we
it's
got
like
more.
the scratch to the surface right here.
Yeah.
We need to get like the triple mic, man. Like me, you, and Bruce. And
oh man, please.
That's what we do, Greg.
Awesome.
Like the last episode is just like 5 mics, and it's like me and Jessica Skinner and Abel and Mitch.
Oh yeah.
Greg's like, what a technological nightmare.
Exactly.
But yeah,
whatever you want.
So yeah, it's gonna be good. But we're gonna have 10 episodes this season, you guys, and honored to have you as the 5th episode of the BC Villanova Radio podcast. Man.
Honored to be here. Honored to be here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Before I go, you know, got a couple of things coming out. Like we're gonna do the. So tomorrow, is it tomorrow or I guess at midnight tonight? Jwadi's dropping something. I got a couple cuts on that. Just letting you know.
Shout
Runway.
out to Jordan Miller, Jwadi, our boy.
Runway. Me and Lyrical Buddha, we got the Vincent Gray project coming out soon. Yep. I don't know the date. Still tying up the loose ends on that one.
Yeah.
Me and Octane, we got another project coming out soon. And I did some cuts for a Villanova song. It should be coming out at some point, right? I mean, I've been bullshitting about it. We'll put it out. I was just saying.
We're going to put it out. We're going to put that one out. Yeah, man. And you killed that. That was great.
Nah, we good.
You've also done shit for Slightly Stupid.
I did
for
some
the
cuts,
movement.
The movement featuring Slightly Stupid. Yep. Did some cuts for Sounds of Summer. That was awesome.
Great song.
I think it was actually in consideration for a Grammy or something. It's like if it won the Grammy, I'd been like, oh man, that'd been cool.
I mean, it wouldn't shock me, but obviously it would shock me. I'm like, oh my God, like we're friends with those guys. But like, yeah, I mean, it's a great freaking song, man, and it's great. And I shout out to the movement and Josh Swain, and shout out to Jwadi, Jordan Miller, and all our homies out there making music. And yeah, man, we got a lot more to do.
Definitely.
So yeah,
definitely more stuff coming.
Well, it's DJ Able One. Y'all check his stuff out. Where can we find your stuff?
Any of the streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever all.
And if you ever hear one of my songs and you hear like
you know who it is.
Him
it's me
doing it.
Probably.
So there you go.
Should be.
All right, man. Well, always love you, man.
Love you too.
One of my best friends of all time. Right,
always,
this guy.
Man.
This guy. Love this guy. Promise myself I want to get a crack. I don't want to leave. Love him. But anyway, peace out, you guys. Take care. See you next time. Peace.